I would take a moment to kind of reflect upon some of the profound shifts that have taken place in the social impact sector over last, say, couple of decades that I have been around, and then see, okay, what kind of opportunities it presents for us, and what do we need to do as social impact organizations, as employees working in the social impact sector, as leaders of the social impact sector. There are three major shifts that we have seen in the social impact sector. One is, of course, a very significant shift in the funding landscape. And this shift in the funding landscape for social impact actually started almost 20 years ago, when India as a country decided not to rely too much on foreign development assistance. And hence, India actually asked most of the international development partners to leave the country, except for the 6 major donors. That was a huge, huge step that the government of India took, and that kind of changed the landscape of the social impact sector in the country. The second major shift is in the form of how we work, how organizations work, how we engage, and I think the shifts in that with the emergence of digital technologies has been phenomenal. And when so much of profound shifts take place in how we work and how we engage with our donors, with our stakeholders, with the beneficiaries that we wish to impact, there's a huge need to learn, relearn, reskill ourselves and change the way we work in order to remain effective, in order to be more efficient, in order to create greater impact. The third major shift that we have also seen in the social impact sector is even the how we describe the social impact sector. Social impact is a very new word that came into parlance about in last 5-10 years with the emergence of impact investment. And that kind of creates a new opportunity. 20 years ago, we only talked about NGOs, non-profit organizations. And now we have a huge variety of organizations who work on the social impact. That kind of, talks about the attraction that this sector has had for different kinds of individuals as well as different kinds of organizations. There's a greater recognition of the need for social impact organizations. One thing which is important and I always want to highlight is that when we have such massive challenges in front of us as a society, as a country, we can't afford not to think of scale. We can't afford not to be ambitious. And these are the two words, being ambitious and thinking of scale, is not something which was generally accepted in the social impact sector, in the non-profit sector 20 years ago. We as a sector had not thought about how we can scale about our own work. We never thought about how we can create new funding models which can scale our work beyond just grants and donations. We had not thought of creating sustainable social business models which can take things to great scale. But now the good thing is that these kind of trends are coming up. One thing which was really helpful for me was to say that no matter who I am, no matter where I come from, I don't control the past, but the future is within my control. So to be optimistic and to look at the future and to plan your strategies for the future, to have the grit and determination to make a difference. So basically, if you truly want something to happen, then you will find that you will have stakeholders and other partners come along the way to help support in that cause. The key thing is that you have to believe that this is possible. We have to believe that I can make a difference. And then to take the initiative. And taking the initiative takes me to my next point, which is about the need for planning and execution. So I think to have the right amount of planning, and then to remain focused on execution, action, because without action we can't really make a difference. If we stay focused and we put in all our effort and hard work, we will be successful as individuals. we will be successful as organizations. I don't think there are any extraordinary people out there. Every one of us is ordinary. But what creates extraordinary impact is the extraordinary effort. So the need to push ourselves beyond 100%, the need to push ourselves beyond our comfort zone, where we feel a little vulnerable, where we feel that we need to step up, we need to learn new skills, we need to develop new relationships, we need to develop new approaches, we need to innovate, we need to question. Why can't things be a little bit more efficient? Why can't things be more? How can we create more impact? So in that sense, you don't need to jump on every opportunity that might present itself in front of you. There is need to kind of stay focused, stay low when the times are difficult, and then staying low does not mean not to do anything. That's the time to kind of plan and leverage your energies and strengths and capabilities, and wait for the right opportunity. And when that right opportunity comes, to jump on that right opportunity with a force and planning that nothing can stop you. Jumping on opportunity. And there I actually learned from somebody called Fred Swaniker. He says that how do you identify that this is the right opportunity? Because opportunities come at you every day. So how do you identify that, okay, this is the right opportunity for me? And Fred Swaniker says that there's a 3-point test. First is that, is this opportunity so exciting for me and I'm so passionate about this opportunity that it keeps me awake at night? Then the second test is this opportunity big enough for me? And the third test that Fred Swaniker suggests is that why I am the right person for this opportunity. Out of all the millions and billions of people around the world who could potentially work on this opportunity, why am I the most unique person in this world to really work on this opportunity and jump on it? So with these 3-point tests, I think if once you have checked these three boxes, then I think you would know that, okay, do you have the right opportunity in front of you? And of course, it's good to be opportunistic. It's good to be ambitious. And yet, when you do that, it feels as if you have not really taken the full advantage of the opportunity presented to you. We also know that there is a huge trust and credibility deficit about the NGOs, about the social impact organizations. Not many people believe that they actually do a good work. Some people do. And what is our role to change that perception? What will make a difference is to actually staying focused and create impact through our work. What will create a difference is for us to talk about our work amongst our family, amongst our friends and fraternity. They should know about what we are doing in the social impact sector, in the organization that we work with. We are also the brand ambassadors of the sector, who, and all of us, have to contribute to creating a positive image about the social impact sector amongst everyone. Importance and criticality of knowing yourself as employees or as individuals. We often, all of us, have a huge blind spot. We may not be aware what our strengths are and what our weaknesses are. And it's really important that we pay attention to that, to spend time to understand ourselves, to talk to people, to seek feedback, and to uncover our blind spot, because that's how we can work on those blind spots. We can work on our weaknesses, and which can make us more successful.